Welcome back to class. I remain your amiable host on Elite Beach, Akeni Adinka. Today we shall be considering an important subject matter in mathematics tagged linear inequalities. At the end of this class, you should be able to understand the basic concepts of linear inequalities, the basic rules of inequalities, representation of solutions of inequalities on number lines and graphs, and lastly, combining inequalities. In mathematics, the relationship between two values that are not equal is defined by inequalities. Inequalities means not equal. Generally, if two values are not equal, we use the not equal to symbol, that is, equal to being slashed. But to compare the values, whether it is less than or greater than, different inequality signs are used. To this regard, we shall consider 5 basic inequality signs, and this ranges from greater than sign, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. As you can see, the greater than sign actually looks like G. The less than sign is synonymous to L. The greater than or equal to is a combination of greater than and equal to sign. The less than or equal to, which is similar, and lastly, the not equal to sign. There are a number of rules with respect to this, of which we shall examine them one after the other. The basic rules of inequalities. When solving inequalities problems, there are a number of rules to be considered. Firstly, the inequality symbol does not change when the same number is added on both sides of inequality. Let's say, for instance, A being less than B, that is to say, 2 being less than 3. If I should add a particular number, let's say 3 is being added to both sides, 2 plus 3 will definitely be less than 3 plus 3. That is, 5 is less than 6. Subtracting both sides of the inequality by the same number does not change the inequality sign. Let's say, for example, 3 is less than 5. If I should minus 2 from both sides, that is, 3 minus 2, would definitely be less than 5 minus 2. That is, 3 minus 2 gives us 1, which is less than 3. The third rule, multiplying both sides of an inequality by a positive number does not change the inequality sign. For example, 3 is less than 8. If I should multiply both sides by 2, that is, 3 times 2, will be less than 8 times 2. That is, 3 times 2 gives us 6. Will be less than 8 times 2, which is what? 16. 6 is less than 16. When you divide 2 by the same number as well, let's say, for instance, you have 4 being less than 6. If I should divide 2 by 2, the symbol will definitely not change. 4 divided by 2 gives us 2. 6 divided by 2 gives us 3. That is, 2 is less than 3. This last rule having to deal with division and multiplication by negative values, it's definitely going to lead to a change of sign. That is, 2 is less than 3. If I should multiply by a negative value, let's say multiply by minus 2, we're going to have 2 times minus 2 gives us minus 4. Less than 3 times minus 2 gives us what? Minus 6. Well, based on number line, minus 4 is not less than what? Minus 6. But rather, minus 4 is greater than what? Minus 6. When we get to representation of numbers based on number lines, you're going to understand this concept further. Join me as we proceed. Let's take, for instance, we understand that minus 2 is less than 3. If we should multiply by a negative value, let's say, for instance, minus 2, that is, minus 2 multiplied by minus 2, less than 3 multiplied by what? Minus 2. You're going to get minus times minus gives us plus. 2 times 2, 4. Less than, there is an invisible plus in front of this 3. That is, plus times minus gives us minus. 3 times 2 gives us 6. There is going to be a reversing symbol with respect to this instance. That is to say, minus 6 is definitely less than 4. To write this, you're going to have 4 greater than what? Minus 6. You might want to examine some questions with respect to this. That is, you navigate to the question section. Let's say, for instance, do I need to flip my sign when I solve inequality 3x greater than 12? The answer is definitely no. I don't need to flip the sign because there is no multiplication or division by a negative sign. We proceed further to having to solve a number of questions with respect to these rules. How to solve linear inequalities. Like linear equations, inequalities can be solved by applying similar rules and steps with few exceptions. The only difference when solving linear equations in an operation that involves multiplication or division by a negative number, multiplying or dividing an inequality by a negative number definitely changes the inequality symbol. To this regard, we shall be considering a number of operations ranging from addition to subtraction, multiplication, division, and lastly, distribution of property, which is also being regarded to as expansion. Let's say, for instance, 3x minus 5 less than or equal to 3 minus x. With respect to this, we might want to collect like terms, but as well, we might also start by adding 5 to both sides to nullify the 5 on this right hand side. That is 3x minus 5 plus 5. Then to the other side, we add 5 as well. So you're going to have something like this: 3x minus 5 plus 5. Minus 5 plus 5 will definitely give us 0. I'm owing 5 naira. I have 5 naira. Definitely, if I should pay the 5 naira, I'll be left with 0. 3 plus 5 will definitely give us 8. That is, you're going to have 3x less than or equal to 8 minus x. Having to collect like terms, we're going to have 3x plus x. That is, when it crosses the less than or equal to symbol, the sign will definitely change. That is 3x plus x. And you have 8 minus x plus x, which is definitely going to give you 0. We are left with 4x less than or equal to 8. Finally, we're going to divide through by 2. That is, you're going to have 4x less than or equal to 8. Dividing both sides by 4. You're going to have 4 here, 4 here, 1. 4 here, 1. 4 here, 2. You're going to have x less than or equal to 2. Let's consider the next question with respect to this topic. Calculate the values